So yesterday we started with talking about the Pythagorean theorem. Who can tell me what the Pythagorean theorem is? It's not A2. Good. Take a point, Mazzara. Alright, now when do we use the Pythagorean theorem?
On a right triangle.
On a right triangle. Good, Trey. Take a point. And what is A in the Pythagorean theorem? What is A?
Leg and B is a leg and C is the hypotenuse.
Good. Take a point.
Can we take a point?
I can say all if I want to. I'm motivated today.
Okay, all right. Yo, after your dreams,
All right, Mazzaro, I need you to breathe. I appreciate your motivation, but breathe. I can do it this afternoon. I'm still capable of things. I'm just pregnant, not incompetent. Okay, thank you. All right, now. Please feel free to interrupt my class so that we can charge your phone. Please. Okay. Now, we started with two different ways. We rounded to the nearest tenth when we solved for a missing leg, and then we did it in simplest radical form. So rounding to the nearest tenth, we actually took the square root, right? Yes, no, maybe? Yes. Can you stop staring?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's your fault.
That is not. It is not. In any way, shape, or form, get it together. And in simplest radical form, we found the biggest perfect square that went into each to the number. Now, we also talked about triples, and who can tell me what a triple is? Raven, can you stop talking? Thank you. All right, tell me what a triple is.
It's from the card that we have, and if you add it to, I don't know, we never had a definition. It's where you can add up two numbers to get the...
It's three numbers.
So you can add up the first two to get the square root of the third.
To get the squared of that one.
It's not easy to do
Yes.
math.
So you don't have to do math because these make the side lengths of what?
The hypotenuse leg.
Of a right triangle. These make up the side lengths of a right triangle. So we have 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 8, 15, 17, 7, 24, 25. So when I give you these, we don't have to use the Pythagorean theorem because we match these up with our triples, right? Well, what if it's like 2 and 5 and those don't match up with a triple? What do we have to do?
So that's the Pythagorean theorem.
You got to do the Pythagorean theorem. What if I gave you a triangle that said like this? If I said 30 and 34, what would the missing side be? Look at your list of triples and see if you can find the missing side length. 16. Why?
Because that's part of the triple.
Good. Both of you get a point.
Oh my God.
Any questions on triples? It is going to be important that you know that because you may have a pop quiz on triples and I'm going to make you list them. No, not if I make you list them. Yes, I know. Now the converse said, is it a right triangle? So if I give you the side lengths, you have to prove to me that it's a right triangle. And what you have to do is you have to plug it into the Pythagorean theorem and see if these two equal this one. So what is 10 squared? All right, what is 24 squared?
24 squared.
Thank you. And what is 26 squared? Okay, what's 100 plus 576? Does 676 equal 676?
Yes.
Boom, it's a right triangle.
That's it?
That's all you have to do.
That's easy.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, what if I gave you 3, 8, and 12? 3, 8, and 12. Plug that into the Pythagorean theorem and see if 3 squared plus 8 squared equals 12 squared.
I gotta be the same as that.
No.
Plug it in and see. Show me the work.
So
Okay, so it's not that too big.
All right, did you guys get 9 plus 64 is supposed to equal 144?
Yes.
And 9 plus 64 is?
73.
Does that equal 144?
No, it does not, so it's not the right triangle.
Yes.
It is not a right triangle. So what happens is, if it's less than, if a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, like this one over here, then that means it's an obtuse triangle instead of a right. If it's greater than, that means it's an acute triangle instead of a right. So let's look at this one. Tell me how I would set this problem up. All right, 5 squared plus 12 squared. And we're going to see, put a line, not an equal sign. Put a line, not an equal sign. We're going to see if it equals 15 squared.
Oh, a line?
Put a line, not an equal sign. Because the line means that we don't know yet. No, it's fine. I just want you to get in the habit of... Okay, it's underneath it, right beside it. Not this one. The one underneath it. I didn't mean to write my equal sign.
Oh.
Alright, what's 5 squared?
25.
Alright, what's 12 squared?
144.
It's 4. Bo is an enemy. And 15 squared is 225. This is what I mean by putting the line.
What's that? What does that mean?
Because we don't know if it's equal or not, right? So we're putting it there to see if it's equal, less than, or greater than. That's all we're doing. And that way we don't have an equal sign and we don't have to write a line through it. Because what we want to know is we want to know if it's less than or greater than to figure out what kind of triangle it is.
Oh, I never got them like
Oh, that's easy, because it's what's
Alright, well, is 169 greater than or less than 225?
What's that not less than?
Is less than. So which symbol am I going to use? Is it going to eat 225 or is it going to eat 169? Eat 225. That means less than. Now, if it's less than, is it an obtuse or an acute? Obtuse. All right, do 10, 12, and 15 without me. Do you remember that time in math class where we just did our work? Me either. I don't care. Do your math. Neither of you are passing. You don't have time to talk.
You're not passing it.
Okay.
No, you're not.
You know I ain't
I ain't
ready.
made it. Even though I
Ready?
I sent y'all emails too today.
I just got here quickly.
Today?
No one checks
Good.
email.
That's not my problem if you don't check your email. Yes. Yes. Yes.
He does?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you just saying something.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that you be quiet and do your math.
That's cool.
Because that's 5 push-ups.
I didn't even say that. I just set her up.
That is not what you said. And you just lied, so that's 10. Because I heard you. Alright, what's 10 squared?
100.
What's 12 squared?
144.
What is 15 squared? Alright, what's 100 plus 144?
244.
Is 244 less than or greater than? Greater than. So is it acute or obtuse? Acute.
I heard somebody say.
Yes, baby. If I have $244 and you have $225, I got more money. And you have $225, I got more money.
Because she budgeted like you just mentioned.
I'm so tired, y'all. Yes. Okay. All right, let's look at our last problem, and then we're going to do our activity for today. I'm super excited about our activity because we get to make a giant triangle. All right, so this says that Luke is 125 feet away from Leah. So draw a line from Luke to Leah and write how far apart they are.
Like 3 inches.
Thank you. No, baby, it tells us in the directions how many feet they are away if you just read or pay attention. Alright, and then it says 500 feet directly to his left stands Darth Vader. So am I going to draw a line from Luke to Darth or Leia to Darth? Okay, and how far away are they? 500 feet. Now it says who is closer to their father. So we do need a line from Leia to Darth. And how would we find how far away she is?
X and
Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean, yeah, this is our hypotenuse. And we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to do 125 squared plus 500 squared equals x squared. Solve that without me. Oh, but there's one right here. Don't forget you have to take the square root of it. Bless you.
Bless you. But when I sneeze,
I still bless you.
I ain't sneezing the way I saw him.
Did we work this problem out?
I'm stuck on 125. Oh, I know what I'm doing. My bad. Where's my thing?
You trying to say I stole it?
I had to put it up here because people kept knocking it off. It's on the ground, like everything else.
When you're doing this,
Then we won't be able to reach first period.
when you're doing this, you're gonna add
Round to the nearest tenth. Are we almost done? Why? You just square it and then add them together. It's okay if we get big numbers. We're not afraid of big numbers.
Not afraid of decimals either.
We're not afraid.
I'm afraid.
No. Well, yes, for that bottom one, yeah. Yeah. All right, so what did y'all get? How far away is she? 515.4 feet? All right, then it says, how much closer is Luke than Leah?
So do the 500
And you would get?
15.4.
Yep. Ta-da. That's it. That's how you use the Pythagorean theorem.
What do you get 515?
All right, sweetie. I did 125 squared. And then you do 500 squared, and you add them together and take the square root.
Okay.
Yep.
I got 265.
I know.
225. And then what you do after that?
All right, now, in the top drawer of your tower is your assignment for today. If somebody closest to the tower can get it, each person needs 2 sheets of the front. It's all the triangles. You need 2 sheets from the front. And we get to color.
I knew it as soon as I looked at it. Oh my gosh.
All right, so 2 sheets from the front. 2 sheets from the front. Yes, 2 each. 2 sheets each.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes. All right, so you should have 2 different sets of triangles, correct? All right, so you have one that has 17.7 on it, correct? Or is our first one the one with 32.8? Okay, well, find this one. How about we find this one? Stop. Find 32.8. Now, what you're going to do, you see how it gives you an A and a B right here? Yes, no, maybe so. What you're going to do is you're going to work out these problems using the Pythagorean theorem, and you're going to find the missing side length and then match it up on the other triangles. So let's work this one out together. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared, correct? So that means that we're going to do 20.3 squared plus, from the paper, look for the one that says 32.8 and try to figure out something for yourself because there's two different pages. Plus 32 squared equals c squared. All right, what's 20.3 squared?
412.09.
412.09. And what's 32 squared?
4,024.
Okay, we need.
All right, what are we going to do with those two numbers? Add them. And then what are you going to do to get c? Take the square root. Now, if you still don't know how to, may I borrow this? When you add those two together, you get 1436.09, correct? You don't need the back pages yet. We do not do the back pages yet. You just needed the two sets of triangles from the front. The back pages are paper clipped and we don't need to touch those yet. All right, now, this number, you hit second square root, which is the x squared button. So let's watch that again. Is everybody ready? You hit second, and then this button that says x squared, that gives you the square root. And then it's 1432.09. So what is that length? 37.8, round to the nearest tenth. So C equals 37.8. Do we see that anywhere? Is that close enough? All right, then let's do 37.9. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut these out, and you're going to match up this side length with this part. And it's going to end up, I didn't stutter, it's going to end up looking like this at the end.
Whoa.
Yeah. You're going to put it together, and it's going to make a big triangle.
Can we color it?
Yeah, you can.
You say it again.
We found this side length, and then we match it up with the side length on the triangle. So you cut these out and you match them up.
Okay. Glue like 32.8, 37.
No, I glue 37.9 next to this.
Okay.
So instead of this saying B and C, it will say 37.9.
Okay.
Yes.
Pythagorean theorem.
Calculator. All right, I did 20.3 squared, correct? And I got that. And then I added 32 squared to that. Yes? All right, and then I do second square root, second answer. 37.9. I just didn't round properly.
The next one is subtract.
And then that's it. All right, so work it out. Start cutting. I would suggest you cut before you leave me, but